Who likes the new setsies? Yeah. So, I got both of these on Amazon, just a little behind the scenes. And I have, you can't see it, there's a little frame over here, and there's another, like, frame post over there to hang these up on. But because here, I'll get one of these things. I got one of these things. Yeah. But as you can see, the base is pretty wide, so it was kind of pushed up against the wall. So I didn't really like that. So I took that one away. So that I have one like frame over here, out of frame, so you can't see it. And then this is just like, whoop. So these are just like photography backgrounds. This is an actual wall, and this is just like not. So like my bed's on the other side of this thing. A little behind the scenes for you. Still playing with the lighting. Right now I have my window quarter open, maybe not even a quarter open, like a little sliver open. I have a couple of little light deals I got from Amazon, but I'm still working on that whole lighting thing. That's really bright. Of course, obviously I have the ceiling fan that I can use lighting from, but again, that doesn't look that great. Like there's this big thing as if I'm working on the lighting. Audio's pretty good. And I've remessed with, is that a thing? My video settings, so now I can upload in 1080p instead of like the 340 or 480 I was doing before. So our production value is going up, and I'm not done yet either. Still got a couple other things I'm going to work on, so that'll be fun. No big changes until like middle fall. It'll be like September, October when I start getting my GI Bill back, start buying more toys. So today is the 6th of August. It's about 3 in the afternoon. Someone's home. What? Oh, right. I did a Q&A. So I've got 3 questions that I will be answering that are Airsoft related. And then I'm going to be giving my little opinion on this vest thing. I guess kind of went viral. Whatever. Question 1. Thoughts on big Airsoft names spreading misinformation. I didn't understand the context of this. I guess what he was talking about was there were some names or some sort of prominent figures or something with some sort of communal popularity. And they were saying that guns were having like 300, 400 feet accurate ranges. And they weren't. And it was just this. I kind of looked into it a little bit and then got his side of the thing. I was like, what? In general, trust nothing. Anyone remember the X-Files? Trust no one. Trust nothing that you haven't seen for yourself or believed. Just because someone's popular doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. I can name dozens of big figure names and whatever, and they're kind of dumb. They're not very smart. They're just figures. That's it. They're figureheads for a company. They don't know how to play very well. They sort of suck on the field, and they don't really know anything other than what someone tells. They're puppets. Let's be honest. A lot of famous airsofters are just puppets. Did I go there? Did I go there? I went there. So there's that. I realized that, here's the next question, second question. I realize that sometimes I zone out during Speed QB practice matches. How can I prevent this? I would need more information or more context or details on what those practices entail. So is this like a field day? Is this like a Speed QB day at a field? So like I know TAC does, Thursday nights are like Speed QB nights. Stockton does speed nights on Thursdays. So I would need to know the details from when you get there to when you leave and everything in the middle. I would say if you're zoning out, you're not interested. There's a couple of things. This is just practice in general. If you go to a sports practice, either something is bothering you outside of the field, like a life thing, like you're worried about how you're going to pay a phone bill or you got a test coming up you're not ready for. So you're either worried about something, or just the practices aren't interesting. They're not challenging. you give your devoted and undivided attention to something that gets that dopamine going in your brain. That's interesting, that's fun, that you're enjoying. If you're at a practice for anything and it's not keeping your attention, it's probably because that practice sucks. There's something lacking in that practice that's not convincing you, that's not providing you value, that you don't perceive there's a value in it, or you're just not into it. I would probably guess it's the latter. It's that the event itself is not piquing its interest. Either you don't feel you're learning anything, or there's just something about it that's lacking. And I would try and figure out what that is and see if you can modify those practice days to be as such. When you start getting higher level, usually, or if you just start getting resources, I would recommend doing private practices if possible. So like renting a field for 2-3 hours. I thought that for some random reason I thought there was a small bear running down the sidewalk. It's not. It's just an adorable dog that looked like a bear. What? Anyway, I would recommend you'll get a private game together. Spacing out. I'd recommend you get a private event going and then practice with your team from there. Also, hit me up with what you're actually doing for practice, because that's probably the big reason. Swipe. Why outdoor airsoft fields are better or worse? There's a lot of challenges. Tell you that I believe the biggest disadvantage. Well, yeah, I'm going to say that the biggest disadvantage to an outdoor field is you are sort of at the behest of the weather. So if it's raining too hard, you guys are closed. My field, Ministry, has that problem. Uka's in Galt has that problem. They regularly flood in the not in the winter, in the rainy seasons up here in Northern California. The field floods. Like, hey, we're not playing today because airsoft guns don't work underwater that well. So the biggest disadvantage of an outdoor field is if the weather's not good, you're kind of done. The lack of power isn't that big of an issue. You're only there for a few hours and then you go home. What do you need to power that you can't do through a USB charge thing? Bring more batteries. Just prepare better. Indoor fields, I would say, work better because they have more amenities, meaning they have power. Some of them might have Wi-Fi. They're in a shelter that's climate controlled. You can control the lighting, so you could have night games in the middle of the day and vice versa. So I would say indoor fields have it easier than outdoor fields because they have more control over their environment. And if you're an owner or a player, that can only work into your advantage. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, that was it. That was all three, huh? Wow, that's fast. So, there was this video that was posted, just posture. Video that was initially posted on the Instagram page for 020 Airsoft, I believe it was. I think it was a Spanish page? Hold, please. No, 020. 020 magazine, I'm sorry. They appear to be in Spain. Are they in Spain? España? I think they're in Spain. This look because they have the Spanish flag of the nation of Spain, and then that does not look like conventional. Like that doesn't look like Mexican Spanish. That's written more like a Spain Spanish or more like the Calabrese style. I'm guessing they're in Spain. That's a guess. Anyway, if you scroll down there was this plate carrier that when it gets shot, it lights up. I will show that video now. There's no sound in this video. I took it out. So you shoot it and it lights up. I guess it's connected to that helmet and then it lights up. So there's that, which is cool. What I was seeing online was players were calling this like the answer to cheaters. That's not true. Here's the problem. And here's the principal issue I take with that thought. It's a great idea. It's an interesting concept. I hope it advances. Here's the problem, though. No piece of equipment, no thing, no tangible item can ever outperform human will. You can't regulate behavior and still expect to run a successful business. Because what if I just disconnect it? So if I just buy that vest and unplug all the wiring and I get shot all the time, I can just be like, look, it's not lighting up. There's no possible way that you're hitting me. It's not lighting up. Well, it's not lighting up because I'm a cheater at heart and I disconnected all the wiring, so I broke it. So I could not call my hits, be like, oh, I thought I shot you. No lights. Another issue that's going to come up is going to be ricochets. I think that's where the biggest problem lies, is in So if we're looking at indoor play, ricochets are going to be a big problem with that, especially some of the closer range. Look, you can take a ricochet and it feels kind of like a 2.0 coming at you from a 3 to 350 rifle. Some of the ricochets come at you pretty hard depending on the physics. I cut myself shaving? Anyway. So there's that issue. What if you get shot in the arm or in the hand or in the foot or in a place that vest isn't covering? That's an issue. There's just a lot of ways in which it's not the end-all answer to cheaters in Airsoft. Because remember, when we're dealing with cheaters in Airsoft, we're dealing with human behavior. You can't really effectively regulate human behavior. So let's say if I was a field and I mandated those vests be worn by everyone, no one's going to go to my field. They're going to, what? I have to wear that stupid vest? I'm not a cheater. Why should I have to sacrifice the stuff that I bought with my money and my enjoyment to wear your stupid vest that doesn't even work 100% of the time anyway? I believe if it doesn't work 100% of the time, it has no business on the field. That's my opinion. Could you use it for maybe some specialty games, or maybe give it to like new players or something like that? Yeah, maybe if you really wanted to like implement it and kind of like prototype it and kind of test case it here and there, yeah, you could do some things with that. Is it a neat concept? Yeah, I give it a solid thumbs up for a neat concept. But for overall effectiveness, I don't think it's overall effective. Not for the average airsofter in an indoor environment. Even outdoor, I don't think it would be that effective. I ain't sold. So that's that. And I'm kind of done. Let me know what you think about the new stuff here. Let me know what you think about this new video quality. Let me know what you think. Like, I'm legit trying to put some effort into what we're doing. And by we, I mean me. Got some big things planned, kind of. Got some collaborative projects from some big names in the works. And that's it. Bye.